Rasquami with a reggae recipe.
Rasquami with the reggae recipe on Capital Extra. And as promised, people, it's about time to introduce my special guest. We're in the presence of greatness. All about Africa's #1 reggae and dancehall talent to the world, representing for Ghana. One God in the building, we said be him.
Yeah.
Stonebwoy.
To the world, I don't know. Enough father, me there, man.
Yes.
Yeah,
everything
man.
good?
Clean and proper as we reach, you know.
Yes, Livingstone.
Hey.
So it's all about the Unlogger Junction UK tour.
Which is right.
That's what brings you here, right?
Which is right. And a couple other things, you know, 'cause every little opportunity to come to the UK, I grab it like, whoa.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's home to us same way, you know.
Naturally, and your fans are here in abundance, right?
Yeah, man. The African people build a place. I don't know. So they are still a represent.
They are
so
still a represent.
we have to bring the work to them and bring the
love
tunes to them, you know.
So the last time you and I caught up was, I think, 2018 or
Yeah, man.
something like
Yeah,
that.
man. Yes, for sure.
And in between that, we've had a pandemic and a whole bunch of things go down. Brought the entertainment space to its knees. How was that period for you, though, bro?
Bro, the time we met, we didn't even think there was going to be anything like that would shut things down, you know. So if I'm here and you're here today, we give thanks.
Truly.
It feels like we're chosen to be amongst the next group same time.
Truly.
You know, so this is where we are now, and we can only go even harder than before. And here on radio and still doing this entertainment business, it just feels like we're blessed. And however it comes, we take it in good faith, because once upon a time, just a year ago, we felt like everything was going to shut down.
Truly.
You know, and we give thanks to be coming back gradually. And I'll just say rest in peace to everybody who's paid their dues and sacrificed for some of us to be here, you know, during that period still, you know, but Jano.
It's only right. And how did you spend most of that time? A lot of the artists I've spoken to about going through that year and a half or 18 months, they're like, well, creatively, we got in the studio, we had more time to kick it with the family. How was your downtime during that pandemic period?
Yeah, it wasn't different. It was just an addition to that, you know, creating as well. I was actually promoting my album, so I was using the virtual space to push the album, because that was a plan from 2019 that we're going to drop an album. So some people were like, I don't think you should drop it, because everybody was unawares. But one thing they couldn't tell me is specifics of what they think would happen if I dropped it.
Okay.
You know, they feel like, oh, the times and rate. So I'm like, okay, what could happen if I drop it? Then I realized that nothing was going to happen. It was rather going to help, because now we're all indoors. We all need some new materials.
True.
We all have to. This is the time people are going to take, you know, pay critical attention to the lyrics, to the vibes, to the song, and it will even mean different to them now, because they have time to sink it in. And lo and behold, I think I was one of the peoples who were pushing an album in that period, which is the Unlogger Junction album, and that gave hopes to a lot of artists to also follow suit with the body of works, you know, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that on the whole of the African continent. That album actually paved a lot of way for people to just keep dropping things, because they had the hopes that, yeah, all right, let's go for the droppings, you know.
And in that couple of years, we've seen the rise and continuous rise of the whole Afrobeat sound.
Which is right.
That must make you really happy as a man.
Yeah, man, because that is where I belong. That is the roots, you know. And so I'm excited, you know, to be a part of the crop that is feeding it, you know.
Pushing the sound forward. And as we see now, like, everybody's embracing the vibe and the culture, and everybody's like, Africa forward. My Ghana people are like, Ghana, Ghana, Ghana. We love it. But a whole heap of the people, them screaming these things, they don't go past first gear of jollof rice, you know.
Yes.
You know?
That's the truth. And you see, every time this comes to mind, I'm quick to want to, you know, spread some flowers onto the foundation, because, bro, we are not the foundation of this. We are not the foundation of all these Afrobeat success. And we wouldn't be, because the foundation is. We are also adding up to the concrete right now. And I think the future generation, I'm not talking even 50, I'm talking the next crop, have to actually pay credit and attention and put, you know, some respect on us as well over here. Same way we also have to put respect on those that did it yesteryears and pushed, you know, to carve that niche. Because right now we are all interrelating nicely, even way before. the sound was like not even freed. The sound was not freed up enough. You
Right.
know, you have had to squeeze behind something that's going on as an African sound to try to.
True.
You know, so
Who are some of those people who you would consider to be the foundation that come before you?
for me, I mean, it goes way, way back into even when I was not born. You
Right.
know, but as far as I can remember, when you talk about my style, talking about the reggae, talking about the dancehall, talking about the African music sound that wasn't yet the Afrobeat style that we have today, all those people have. But for me, who grew up loving reggae, dancehall, but my foundation is definitely built inside of the African music. Some songs caught my attention from way back.
Right.
When I knew that, yes, them one that did kick my heart as a person, personally, would be some songs around the hip life era, like some songs like the we call it Lai Pupunane. That's how
Wow.
we call it. That's how I was in primary 3 or around them time. They could beat any song, but when that song kicks, and I felt like that song, when Vibes Cartel released Your Boyfriend, Dede Feyo, I saw the clue in there.
Right.
Like, just me personally studying the whole, style, I realized that, nah, you feel me? Like,
Would it surprise you to know that I had a lot to do with that song that you just referred to, that record, Ride the P? That's the one you're talking about, right?
how?
Listen.
Because I know Reggie Rockstone and Freddie
Funkstone.
2 Stones.
Yeah.
And coincidentally, I'm Stone same way. So I think I took it, just yesterday, trust me, if you follow my Snap and IG, I was beating bare hip life.
Okay.
You know, and you heard, Woyo Mokobini, Woyo Plale, Woyo Mokobini, Woyo Plale, Jebo Batuale Kakachofan, Imami Batuale Kakachofan, you know, so you realize that, from time where I did this Afro dancehall from when, is it?
Right.
So it gives
So
me...
what you saying right here? Can I collect some jewels, please? Because I produced that record in 2001.
What?
And it was very popular in Ghana. I was over
that's
here
like
at
20,
the time.
22 years right now.
Yeah.
So you can imagine, 20 years, bro.
Wow.
Bro,
so would you say that was one of the songs that inspired the whole
Bro,
Afro dancehall
I was
wave?
9 years. I was 8 years around them times. So why not?
Okay.
You know, and as much as we tend to not to know, the roots, it doesn't mean you don't get inspired, because guess what? Music goes to the subconscious anyway.
True.
So you will catch off the inspiration if you like it or not. But now when you catch it on, you have to research to know where could this be coming from. Then you put the credits on. So for me, I've always been, and I'm grateful to also be at the center of it,
True.
of these dancehall feeling that always had to mix with the Afro beats or the African, sound, or an African who's based in Africa, dealing with the dancehall influences with the African sound. So guess what? Right from there, that's where it comes from.
Okay.
And you can tell me names from those era. But even so, I grew up on Kojo Entry, whose songs are so fine.
Yes.
And you see the reggae element in there,
Yes.
the R&B element in there.
Yes.
So, like you say, it's just music of black origin. So big up to the Mobos.
Yes, the Mobos every single time. Music of
man.
Black Origins, that's what's up. And we're talking about Kojo Entry, we're talking about Foundation Ghanaian music, we're talking about bands like Classic Handle and Classic Vibes and all these things.
Osibisa,
Osibisa and
Roots
all of
and
that.
Abo.
Roots and Abo.
Yo.
You're talking about my school brethren there now.
You see.
Wow.
So I follow the history. I know, Roots and Abo was the first band to play in Jamaica at Reggae Sumfest, them time there. So,
Man.
it's just a recycling of the movement.
Of the fire
I'm
and the
happy
culture.
to be a part of that circle, because I know 20 years from now, some people in their right minds would also be making sure that they throw some flowers on us. So big respect to Ras Kwame. And I take personal credit because I'm Kwame too,
Man.
So you don't know.
You don't know.
Oh, that rhythm sick. Yeah, you have
Big
to drop
rhythm.
that rhythm.
I gotta
You have
play
to
that
drop that, because that rhythm, and I'll sing a song of mine that I knew was inspired by that one subconsciously before I even got to know.
Okay.
Trust me.
So, Stone, one thing I'd like to do today is talk through some of the songs that originally influenced you in a nutshell, your top 5 reggae and dancehall tunes of all time. We're going to talk about that. But first of all, let's touch on the Anloga Junction UK tour.
Sure.
So we're taking in London, Manchester, and Birmingham. And I can confirm, people, that by the time you hear this interview, those shows will have already gone down. So let me ask you, what kind of fans expect? Are you excited?
Yeah, man, I'm grateful because you see, to us it's work. You know, to the bigger audience, it is entertainment. You know, so we are making sure we keep the sound running. You know, without musicians, without the players of instrument who would have to go before, you know, the lots, I think there would be a big chunk that would be missing. It wouldn't get to completion. So I'm actually grateful, and my excitement comes out of the fact that I am doing my calling, you know, as one who is supposed to represent for the sound coming from Ghana. And I can attest to the fact how really difficult it's been, you know, to be able to keep the pace from home and keep that same momentum outside of your comfort zone, which is home. So I'm putting in the work, and I know it's going to pay off. And shout outs to everybody who's been supportive of the sound. It's not necessarily supportive of Stonebwoy, because we all are children of the sound. So we have to play our individual roles. I sing it, you show up, we make it a success.
True that. And like you say, music chose me, I didn't choose music.
Which is right. Nobody can choose music, bro.
Okay.
Music
Tell me
must
more.
choose you.
Right. And that's your view
That's
of the
my
thing.
mentality, bro.
Okay.
You know, that's my mentality as far as I'm concerned.
That's beautiful. In conversation right now on the Reggae Recipe with a great Stonebwoy, Ghana's dancehall world boss, and Africa's #1 guy. Bro, does that make you feel like a bit like Bob Marley when I say that? Like Africa's #1? Because I've seen this. I'm not making it up myself. I've seen it repeatedly in the press. They say you are the #1 reggae and dancehall artist out of Africa.
Jano, you know, with all the receipts to prove, you know, so once there's receipts to prove it, that means that it is right.
It is what it is.
Because you're getting the right recognition for the work input. That is how I see it. You know, because the other day I was vibing with a legendary Alpha Blondie, and he taxed me proper with the vibes that, look, go and continue the vibes, because I see you and I hear you, and I love what you do, so continue it. And I also understand that it's a mission. You know what I mean? I'm not the only one. I can't be the only one, but my credits are due. So
your credits are due, and take your flowers, bro. Naturally. Right, let's crack on with some music right now. So, song #1 in your top 5 reggae and dancehall songs of all time. And I was thinking about that when I posed the question, like, that's hard work. Would be hard work for me.
Which is true.
But you tell us, what's song #1 we should get into?
I'm definitely rocking with Capleton.
Okay.
You know, Jaja City.
Jaja City.
Yeah, man.
Big
That's
tune.
my all-time, one of my all-times.
Absolutely amazing. So tell us, why that record? What inspires you
bro,
about
why
it, and
not,
when?
Why not that record? Look at the intro, bro. And when I saw Capleton roll up in a crop top Hammer, you see, like, they've always been that love and passion that I've been about from as a child. I love to see Rasta, man. I love to go around Rasta, man. That's how I got my proper teachings. I go around Jamaicans, bro. I go around Rasa Swad, who worked with Bob Marley, and he lives in Ghana. He's moved to Ghana for 20-something years. Don Pepper. I go around Jamaicans, basically, just because I love the vibes, you know. So when I see Capleton roll up in at that and a reggae sound, Jamaica sounds, you know, I played that sound there in Ghana for years, and it's my godfather, you know the thing.
Okay.
So I love the reggae vibe, so none goes, bro. I listen to reggae more than I listen to any kind of song.
You're not alone with that one,
you know.
brother.
So when you hear tan 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 tan, I want your name, Jaja City. Look, yo, the majestic walking, you know, the teachings, the vibes, bro. Jaja City, Capleton from
Absolutely
top.
higher level. And a lot of people don't know that BIM actually stands for Bless His Imperial Majesty.
Absolutely.
Right? How much has that informed what you do as well in terms of spirituality?
Yes, that's my foundation. I would have given up a long time, Kai. You know, when music chooses you is a tax. It's just like when God called Moses and said, Moses, go into the wilderness. Moses ran away a couple times, you know? Yeah, because Moses checked the vibe and said, no, sir.
This is fire.
This is too much for me. But he couldn't run. He had to stay there and preach the vibes. And then when he did his bits, he took it on. And next man came on a next man came on. That's how I see it's from that perspective that I grew up as a human, you know, and even connected the musical journey same way. So I say this every time that God left me in a position where all I had was music to do, you know. So I took it on properly and real. So you don't know that's how it is. My second, bless His Imperial Majesty. God give thanks. I bless His name every time. And His Imperial Majesty is God Almighty. He's a ruler and, you know, owner of the universe, you know. So you don't know when they say, beam! For me, so and I say, yeah, man, rise up and do the work, you know.
Okay.
Musical work, you know.
So would you say you're a Rasta man?
Yeah, Rasta is a way of life as far as I'm concerned. You know, the Africans have been living their lives culturally, and that is what has transpired into all the sects, you know, irrespective of Haile Selassie and whatnot. We believe in our African spirituality from time, and that literally makes you a Rasta. When you check the basic meaning of Rasta, that's
Studio crew, me want to hear some clapping in the studio right now. The man talks some righteous talk. Stonebwoy in the building. We absolutely love that. That's how we clarify the thing.
So it's way of life.
A way of life. We love that. Okay, so song number 2. Are your top 5 reggae and dancehall songs of all time. Like Capleton, Jaja City. Tell me the next one, family.
There's no other like Jah, be wise and a Jah guide. Some can recognize me, say wicked heart. Must put you down, burn you with words, power and sound. A bumbo cleats is like, you know. What?
Sizzla Kalonji, no other like Jah. That's the record, yeah? Bro, you're going deep for me, fam. I love that.
Yo.
So why this song?
Why not these songs?
Why not?
This song set the pace, you know. Alphanta and Moja from them time, they're like, I think everybody has their own era. Like right now, when you talk to somebody who's in their 50s, they would have a core place of songs that were, you know. So I think it relates to everybody. For me as well, that was my foundation at the point when I was going through the teachings to actually certify myself of the journey ahead, you know, in the dancehall and reggae fraternity coming from Africa. This was my foundation I grew up upon.
So where were you at that exact time? Were you in school? Were you out of university? Where were you in life at that time? Were you actually Stonebwoy by then?
Yeah, I was. See, my name is Stone, you know, from time. So in 2004, when I got the opportunity to go on a radio show, basically a friend of mine forced me to go on a radio show because I'd be doing all them singing thing in school. So it's like, why not? So when we got on there, I said my name was Livingstone, and the guy said, we have a Stonebwoy. So he asked, what do you do? I said, I could rap, I could sing, but I could do reggae and dance the same way. So at the time, there was only one guy left to pair me with, who was also doing reggae dancehall kind of vibes. So then he said Stonebwoy, and that was Stonebwoy from 2004.
Wow.
That's when the name came to fruition. So all this while I was in school, I was in senior high school, they call it. All this while I was in school.
So was that like a clash situation on that day?
Clash. I grew up from the clash world, bro.
Man.
Yeah, man.
And who won the, well, need I say you won the
From then till now, we never lose yet, you know.
You never lose yet. Love that. Confidence to the thing. And that was Duncan Kasahari?
Yeah, Dr. Duncan, yeah.
Dr. Duncan.
Big respect to that
Big
father
show
there.
in Ghana with
Straight them time there, you know.
I like your selection, you know. You should be a selector sometime to the world. That's what's up. Okay, let's move on to song number 3 now. What would be your third choice in your top 5 reggae and dancehall songs of all time for Stonebwoy?
Yeah, this one is my own tune.
Okay.
Is No Sir. That's the title, No Sir.
Ma.
No Sir remix featuring Burna Boy from them time there. So, you know, so yeah, man, we run the turf from way
back.
Check this one. I'm not sitting.
Okay.
Them can't tell me nothing, no, sir. When I go here, nothing, no, sir. Them done up the benefit of the dose. So we are going to run off them name there from the roaster. Them can't tell me nothing, no.
Them can't tell him nothing, and that's true talk right there. So you said something before we played this record about Burna ranking. Okay, what was it? Was that him then?
Yes, same way.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Burna ranking. Okay. So how did you and he connect in those years? This was like 2016, 17, right?
Yeah, it should be 16, 17.
15,
yeah, man, 16,
even.
17.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you link up? Were you just both
was it
rising
even earlier,
stars?
bro? Could be earlier.
I feel it says 2015, you know?
Yes.
But I'm now going to
earlier. Yeah, because Nosa. Watch out. Nosa came before Go Higher, though?
Yes.
14, 13, 14.
13, 14.
Go Higher came after I won the BETs 2015, and after that, a couple of things followed too same way. So
Right.
this is Burna from time, and this tells you how people have been working from behind the scenes, till now. So
Burna ranking.
everybody deserves that. You never heard it like that before. You never heard him called.
I
his name
never
Burna
knew
ranking?
he was Burna ranking.
What?
Yeah. Dropped a jewel on us there, bro.
Jano,
So Burna Boy used to be Burna ranking.
from time.
So it could have been a straight dancehall and reggae thing for him as well.
Which is true, because remember, say the thing. Jano, you know the roots. You know the roots.
Yeah.
You know the roots. As West Africa has a role to play in all these things. So
Yes.
as the remnants, on the soil, there's still the roots, and that's how we catch it. See it?
Burna ranking, up top, classy. So were you and him actually in the studio at the time you made the record together?
Yeah, we made two records together one time at the studio, but this was the first song we did together. I was not in the studio. I had to send him because the song came out. That No Sir was out already, but when we got together, via chat to do something, I felt that the remix would be the best one to start with. And then we did a next one, Sick in Our Head, and then we did another, it's a reggae song with AKA, from time. This is all between 20... Give and take, this is all between 2013 to 2016, 17. Yeah.
Natural.
20 years.
So Burna ranking, aka Burna Boy, one of your big collabs from then. But the G, who I had the pleasure of getting in conversation with a couple of months back, was the mighty Beanie Man.
Oh,
Big Beanie Man was in the building.
General.
So Sugar had to run.
General.
But talk to me about Beanie Man, though.
General.
How has he affected, influenced your career?
Yes.
Did he drop any knowledge on you personally that you've kind of like run with since then?
Yes, true, because even before I got the opportunity or even thought I could meet the likes of the Beanies, the Sean Pauls, the Bujus, the Sizzlers, the Kippertons, all the names, the Shabazz, I was a fan, huge fan of the works, because, of the music, and they inspired us a lot, because you have to listen to them, man. In my time growing up, they were the top of top, kicking into the foundation them time there. So I learned a lot from all these people.
Okay.
Dexterity, expression, that's how we grew on the work. And lo and behold, there's an adage that says that if you know how to wash your hands, you eat with elders, So I've been washing my hands,
True.
And then this time we part together, we eat together. And that doesn't mean that it puts me on their level already. No way. They're still the fathers, I'm still the son. Same way. So
True.
Beanie them would advise me. When I met him in Jamaica, he gives me lots of advice. His way of life even speaks as far as I'm concerned. No man is perfect, But from these things, I'd give credits to Bounty, to Buju, to Beanie, to Sean Paul. These people I have direct contact with, and these are my big brothers and big brothers.
True.
They advise me a lot, and I look at them a lot, So you don't know, big respect. So he featured on Sugar.
Yes.
It's a big song.
Big tune.
Yeah.
Me.
And even that song taps off of inspiration of his Sugar. His
Girls Them Sugar.
His Girls Them Sugar, same way. So we just,
Catch the vibe.
revise it same way, and so that the new school can know and understand the things.
The liberty of the vibes.
See, they know.
And there's a record out there that him and Reggie Rockstone did.
Yes, and Two-Face. Idibia from Nigeria as well.
Big tune.
And the Lord say, let there be light. What the blood clot? What you mean, man? You see, it's long time I've known, and I felt the fact that when the Afrobeat and the dancehall come together eventually, that will be the future. That's why I've been saying Afro dancehall from 2009 till now.
Yes.
I never leave it because it's broad. You know what I mean? So that Afro in there is African music. That Afro in there is anything. It surpasses the instrumentation. It goes to the color, to the people, to the language, to the voice, to the style. And the dancehall, the dancehall.
Yes.
Also encompasses the culture, the way of life. So when these comes together, coming from the same roots, then we can now circulate the music freely. Because right now, when you go to Jamaica, they play the Afro beat. If I tell you, say I love you, I'm going to get you activate to me. And now, I even feel so free to to juxtapose and mix
Yes.
up the thing. 'Cause 1 minute is a yacht style, the other is a local tree, the other is gone.
Yes,
The freedom of it
of course.
is a combination of it.
That's it. And it's beautiful. And
oh.
that's why I say One Africa, because yes, we have the subgenres, but I just feel all the time like I'm listening to African music. And I don't care which part of the diaspora it comes from,
Exactly.
which island where the people have gathered since our ancestry. I just hear African music.
Exactly.
So I'm quite confident and very happy to say Raskwami, the Ghana Yardie. That with Seth
Yes,
carry
yeah.
our influence. And when I run from that, and when I hide, and when I meet the yard man, them, you know what they say? You know what, Raskwami, a true thing you talk. It's One Africa, we say.
True.
At the end of the day.
For sure.
And my thing goes back to like secondary school years, listening to your obvious Bob Marleys, your Black Uhurus, your Aswads, your Culture, and all these groups who used to dominate the sound of Africa. That was the rebel music of the time. And that's kind of like what drew me in from my secondary school years, like doing A-levels and stuff like that. I was like, wow, what is this genre of music that speaks to me more about Africa than the African music itself?
Exactly.
No one's telling me about Marcus Garvey. No one's telling me about Haile Selassie. It's just a bag of party music we were listening to locally. And I'm like, this music that screams Africa, a return to Africa, this is what I'm into. And
Period.
so therefore,
Period.
bro, it's coming like you're interviewing me right now. It's one of them ones. But it's so good. Rascal,
That's
the
the
Reggae
teachings,
Recipe.
you know, we give thanks.
Yes,
you know?
we give thanks every single time. In conversation with a great Stonebwoy right now, the Reggae Recipe on Capital Extra. And it's time for your song choice number 4.
Let's go to Jerusalem then.
Jerusalem.
Alpha Blondie, Jerusalem.
My gosh, the man spoke the words. Now, people, Alpha Blondie is the original talent out of Africa
Yes.
who really put our reggae sound on the map.
Straight.
Alpha Blondie,
Greatness.
Jerusalem. What
And I'm
a tune.
honored to be featured on a song of his that's about to come out. Look
Mad
at
move.
the times. Like, this can only be a mission. You can only be chosen, you feel me? Like, these peoples who've taught me indirectly by the music. Let's say directly, because how else could it be?
Yes.
You know, via the music and even in person at a point in time, now see me as one of them who's supposed to be on that wavelength of communicating the musical message to the world.
Carrying the fire forward.
I'm just honored to be chosen, like I said. So that explains how you can't choose music. I know enough. How many people out there want to be musicians?
Yes.
They've chosen it, but they can't be. So it has to choose you.
Music have to choose you. Bro, you know how much I love this song, Jerusalem, Famalam.
Great
And
tune.
this was from an album that Alpha Blondie made with the Wailers.
Yes.
So that alone, when that album landed as a youth, it was like, wow, people can actually connect with Bob Marley's band and do an album. Amazing body of work. But why that record for you?
That's a legendary record, like you said already. I must have been a baby from them time there, but it still resonates. So the music can't pass. The music is like the word. Everything shall pass away, but the music and the word can't pass away.
True.
You know, so it will live on to generations after, and we shall relate and resonate to the sounds. That's all I can say about it.
Okay. And that is the sound of pure and authentic reggae music.
Yeah, and I think Alpha Blondie is the remaining last one from them crops right now.
Yes,
Top
Lucky
at top,
Dube and all of the man them.
You know what I mean?
I forget big up.
Same way.
But in terms of reggae music in particular, putting dancehall to one side for 1 second, is there any particular artist who's influenced you and what you do that greatly? Who would that person be?
Surely the Alpha Blondies, the Tikin Jaffa Cole, know the names. Tikin Jaffa Cole. Yes. And Lucky Dube, yes. And there's this one that always had like, his artworks were so popular. His name is Tricky though.
Okay.
From time.
What country is he from? Do you know?
Jano. But anyway, them legends.
We are going to do the research and find
it.
who that artist is. I thought you were actually going to say Bob Marley, you know.
Bob Marley is definitely on you know, I'm coming from the African perspective where people have traveled to also, you know, represent from Africa, you know. So as for Bob and them, Peter Tosh and all them one day, you know, is from the home of reggae where it was named. you know.
Yeah,
So,
originally.
Yeah, man.
You've had the pleasure of working with some real greats over the years. Christopher Martin, your Morgan Heritages, your Craniums, blah, blah, blah. Have you got any more collaborations coming up? Because recently we've been playing your song with DeVille. Rock Out. What a big tune.
Ooh.
And just last week, your collaboration with Nyanda. Brick and Lace
yes.
landed.
I done it with Etana,
All
Tifa.
Fruits Right.
Like, bro, I think I should get my flowers right now, man. I've
Get
been
your
connecting
flowers,
this
bro.
breach from time. The Marco, big ups to the Marco, same way. Gappy Ranks. It all actually started with Gappy Ranks, you know, I'm going to tell you.
Really?
You know, yes, for my breakthrough into the working with the Jamaican artists. Remember when I came to UK once upon a time, I did take a train, go to his house, and he was receptive to me, you know, so big respect to Gappy Ranks, same way on the London turf. I'm not going to let
that's
this
why
one
we
go.
say homegrown, you know. Because UK fire Afro rollout. And Gappy Ranks, what a total legend of our scene and the world's international reggae and dancehall scene. So that was your first collab?
I believe so. First collab from like Ghana Jump International way, sort of, you know.
Right.
You know, it was running on BBC same when I came I did. So from there, it broke through, you know, and I done a lot. Sometimes I do forget some of the yard man them I done song I done.
Yeah, you done loads, bro. When I go in my iTunes and I just type in Stonebwoy,
yeah,
bro,
no, so big ups to my yard man them TJ, the
all of the family.
Give big ups to my car. They take me as one of them, you know. You know, Chronics, them, you know, he said from one time that I'm the only Jamaican left in Ghana right now. So I'm like, yeah, man. And that nicely tells you that we're all the same people,
yes,
you know, from
we are.
Left and right. So
the amount of times I've heard people from Kingston say, boy, Accra is just like Kingston. And the amount of time I've heard people from Accra say, like, boy, Kingston is just like Accra. It's the same vibe.
Yeah, man.
That's why we say
when you know the
Africa.
roots, you know the roots. You know the Maroons and all these ones, the Chromante, you know the vibes.
Yeah, man. Big up Chief Curry
King
every
Kojo
time.
chief. Yeah, I was there when it came to Buju, the new chief that they install right now for the
Maroon Town.
The Maroon Town.
Yeah.
I was there with Buju when he came through. They were doing the elections and thing, and this man was talking things that I knew physically.
Wow.
You know, God, they come from my side. Kojo, Nani, they might know say Ghana, you know.
Yeah.
So
Akumpong would say.
yeah.
Big up Chief Curry every time.
Yeah.
Right. This is very educational. I like this. I like this a lot.
So I'm left for my last song still,
Left
you
for
know?
your last song out of your top 5 reggae and dancehall records of all time across countries to the world. You don't have to be particularly in a territory with it. What's the song?
This one was released, I don't think it's more than 3 weeks old, from my catalog, produced by a live produced in America by a Ghanaian producer, Rocksteady. And it's a reggae song. It's called Greedy Man. I just dropped it. This is one of my favorite tunes right now.
Let me give you your flowers, your jewels, your crown, because that one's proper. It's a big emphatic statement. I won't go into it. You just tell us what the record is about and why you made it, please.
This record is actually meant to speak for the people, stand for the people, because there is a need for continuous voicing of these things, because it has been voiced from yesteryears and you see very little being done about it. You know what I mean? Because Africa is our home. Africa is where we belong. And therefore, all these mineral resources, these water bodies, this ecosystem has to be well taken care of. There has to be a regaining plan for all these ones, else we perish because we don't have anywhere to run go. Because when I did sing, tell me where we gonna run go after making our motherland a better place to live. You know, they get the vibes, they get the sound. So once I still maintain, you know, the side of me that speaks to power, that speaks to developmental issues, that speak to the economy and all these ones, you know, that speaks to politics, you know, not partisan politics, you know, because there's politics in everything, if you like it or not. If you look at the word politics, you understand it, that there's politics in everything we do, you know, but partisan politics is not what I'm talking with this song. This song is speaking about how the foreign entities, you know, in collaboration with the local entities, actually are whipping away tons and millions of mineral resources from Ghana, you know, into the other parts of the world to develop it, where we do get nothing at all developmentally or economically, when you sum it up, we are losing ends, and it's spelling doom for us in the long run. So I have to speak about it. The musicians have to speak about it. The people have to be educated about the realities, So that's why I put resources to making sure that I champion this cause once again and bring it to the fore,
So it's primarily about deforestation,
Yeah,
mineral theft.
Yes.
Can I call it theft?
Go on with it, Star.
Okay.
Because in diverse ways, that's going on. You know what I mean? So that's what the song's about. Is speaking generally about the ecosystem and how we have to keep it. The other time, the IGP made some beautiful statement. He said, the ecosystem has been maintained by animals.
True.
Never destroyed it, but humans come in and we destroy it. But these animals maintain it for us. It's just literally trying to tell us that we have a responsibility to do things the right way, especially for the future children. That's why one part of the song says, think about the future children. What kind of legacy you leaving for them? Selling and destroying generational wealth, and the people are suffering. Oh, I think about the future children. What kind of legacy you leaving for them? Selling and destroying generational wealth, and the people are suffering. Oh, now women and children suffer the most, handling poisonous chemicals without no gloves, contaminated water running through the hose, and that is what we drink, and same thing washes the clothes. Only young youths, them are dying every day, yeah. Hustling to feed family from Galam say, yeah. Why do we give permission? Go and listen to the songs, that. My thing.
This is why you are Livingstone. Because
Like
we
mine.
need people like you, bro. We need you to put this in an entertainment form so people can be aware of
She's
what's
right.
actually happening
She's right.
and the things and the consequences of these actions. So I salute you so much for that.
Give thanks,
Thank you
'cause
for making that record
Give
with us.
thanks, because we can't be pretending to be happy. That's one of the most wickedest things to do to yourself.
Yes.
Just true, you take one buckle of alcohol and one little thing, and we have to face the fight, and we can't even leave it alone for the political people or the government alone. We have to be involved, and our involvement could be just being aware and making sure that whatever things they agree upon the tables are benefiting us generally.
Right.
Which is right.
Which is right. Which is truly, truly right. What a great conversation I'm having right now. I hope you guys are enjoying it out there because we're getting schooled, we're getting an insight, we're getting into the mind of the mighty Stonebwoy who's in the building right now. Let's talk about things you do with your Livingstone Foundation.
Yeah, man.
Which is kind of like your charitable work, so.
Which is true.
Tell us about that, please.
So that's the foundation that I use to support and do the charity works, basically. It started by putting together an event called A Shy Man to the World, which has been running for like 6-7 years now. It is the biggest outdoor event by a single artist in Ghana.
Wow.
And I state it as a fact.
Really? Can you say that again, please?
It is the biggest outdoor event by a single artist, in Ghana as a charity event, we started like a couple years ago. And that is how I wanted to reshape the notion that people had about my city, which is called a shy man, because that's where I grew up, the ghettos, and that's one of the used to be the tallest cities.
Really?
You know it.
Wilder than Nima.
King, the Nimans come to reside in a shy man,
Really?
No disrespect, but we are brothers and sisters, but a shy man is the biggest.
Mad move.
They know.
Okay.
And this is no competition,
Yes.
When a shy man got the whole place locked from time. But what is badness?
What is badness?
Badness
Thank
don't
you
pay.
for saying that.
Badness don't pay.
Never that.
As much as we glamorize it and glorify it to feel confident, that type of confidence is actually timidity that is plastered up with some bubble
macho
gum
bravado and ego, really
know.
and truly. Which brings me to a question. What do you think about the current state of the sound of dancehall? The records that are being produced, what's really popping and all of this. We're just talking about badness right now, and it's undeniable there is an element of that that's rising in the sound.
Yeah.
And, a lot less consciousness going on. There's a whole bunch of slackness. We know these are strands within the culture. But what's your take on it right now?
My take on it is that let's look at the end result of all these ones. The end result of that type of badness goes up. You end up in prison, or you leave or you die by the sword, beat the gun and whatever. And what you gain don't really live on. That's why we did a song with Sean Paul and me. Sean Paul put me on his album on a song, Guns of Navarone with Mutab.
Yes.
Haruka. You know what I'm saying? Wanna put down the guns, wanna put down the rifle. That's where the tiger as a bad man with no life, something like that, you know? So it doesn't pay. Every bad man knows that don't pay. It takes a lot to do good, you know? And it takes very little to be bad.
One bag of jewels on the program right now, you know. Stonebwoy is talking that real stuff, and I absolutely
It really
love
takes a lot to do good, man. I lie.
It's so true.
It's easier to be a bad man, trust me.
True that. And what's your take on the current sound of, what can I call it, the Kumerica sound, the Ghanaian drill? What's your take on that?
I'm
right
not thing, man. I like it. But you see, the content is also very vital. You know, I feel like the ship is the style of the song, but the container, what it contains, it really matters. So that's just what it is. Most of it is fun song. It's talking about us, you know, the regular content of music.
Yeah.
But I am mostly also conscious and making sure that no matter how, we keep it somewhat educative, somewhat clean, somewhat, you know, historical, because that's the way we can move. But I love the Kumerica sound, you know. This tells you they got the inspiration from the American, you know. When you come to Ghana, I think Kumasi, which is the city of the Ashantis, you know, I believe that they're the most ones in America, in New York.
Okay.
So it translates. You know?
That's like a little in-joke, people still.
Yeah.
The man said Ashanti man.
And the Ashanti man, them are the most traveled people from out of Ghana, as far as I'm concerned, especially in America. So one man goes and brings the whole family.
True.
And that's just, you know, so they live it
right
side and side. So when you go to Kumasi, when it's just a joke. Sometimes in the sun, you see a man put on the baggy jeans and car, because his uncle just shipped it to him from Wadi, you know.
So, the barrel land. Oh, gosh.
That's the roll.
That's the realness. And that's the influence coming right back home.
That's the influence coming right back, yeah. So that's
crazy,
a Kumerica
crazy,
vibe. Shout out to y'all talk. Shout out to yo. You see, they're bringing some new spirit into the thing.
True.
Go on, my people.
And shout out to my young Ghanaian G's, Heady Ones, and your Stormzies who are going back to connect with the root. We absolutely love that one.
Yeah, man,
as well.
but the real thing is that, big respect on this one. I say it right here. I feel like, you know, the Heady Ones, especially the Heady Ones I've been to a few times, the Stormzies who have made impeccable remarks, you know, here in the European market and especially in the UK market. I say this as a plea. There is a conscious need to actually lay the foundation to grow the scene that is in Ghana, not only the Kumerica scene, because he is a mouthpiece, he is a leader right now that the whole world is looking at, and there's a need to actually want to shine more light, you know, on the people at home, so that we can also add up to the crop of the invasion, you know. Yeah,
right.
Man, that's a straight plea to man like Storms the same way, you know.
All right,
yeah,
Stormzy,
and the other brethren, you know.
Link up, but the man them are putting in the work already.
Yeah,
we just need everyone to just embrace it. We have plenty of people in the music industry right now of African origin and heritage. They're also putting in work. So I think what you're saying is kind of happening, but everything take time, innit?
Jano, yeah, man. So it's just a plea, you know. It's just a plea because, you know, it's not easy at all. It's very difficult to have to actually leave what as a musician, bro, the wheels, you have to hold the wheels from left, right, center. And I'm really inspired from the Stormzy story same way, so I can understand what it would take from him to actually want to, you know, bridge the gap even better.
Right.
But it's a plea because it can only get greater, you know?
Power to the people. It can only get greater. So as a man coming from Clash culture, you know how the rivalry is.
Yeah.
You know the fans, whenever they see Stonebwoy or your rivals, they want to ask about the other party. So Shatta Wale, how does that sit with you right now?
Shatta is my brother, man. Together we do this thing and make it grow. You know? And no other way, bro. If I hated my brother, then I hate myself, because you know, I know these things, you know. We have to be able to, there is hate, there is envy, there's jealousy. It's part of life. It makes it complete. It can't all be positive, you know. So we just have to know how to play with the positivity and the negative emotions and the negative virtues that be there to complete the whole slot. You know, sometimes we fall to the negative side more. And most often we fall to the positive side more.
Yes.
So big respect to Shatta Wale for his influence in the whole game and the culture, and blessings for more.
Every single
This being
time.
said, I cannot not mention Samini, I cannot mention Sonny Bali, I cannot mention Yogi Dogi, I cannot mention Terry Bone Chaka, and many more. Medical, yes, on the rapper side, I'm just giving, the dancehall vibes,
Yeah.
We have Sean Taylor, we have Sunshine Soldier, we have Enough Youth, and myself, after I drop my next album, full concentration is on bringing in a next creed of artists. I mean, I'm always involved, I'm always involved in the artists, one way or the other, but I don't talk. But this time we're gonna go front roll with it and see how we can continue to,
to build up the thing.
Grow the army,
Charlie,
A Beam Nation
I discovered this
army,
artist the other day, female artist by the name of, is it Khalifa?
Yes.
What she called?
Califina, though.
Califina, dog.
Oh, like them, man. I'm mad. Yo, we have
Bro.
crazy talent, That's why I'm sending the plea, because when the road is clearer enough, we can run through a lot of people. But one thing, too, is the attitude, 'cause man like myself and people who have tried to get here is because of pure passion, you hear me? So when you're trying to lift up the youths, them and they're going with some type of bag of things,
way.
bro, it takes a lot away from us.
I hear
way.
you.
So
I hear you, brother.
There's that carefulness.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Respect is due and respect is concrete, like you said from the very beginning of the conversation.
Which is right.
And sometimes I just have to put it down to youthful energy and exuberance. People just get excited on the way in and think it is what it isn't. They don't actually realize that this is a journey. You have to put in a lot of work and you have to respect your elders in this.
Which is
it's just
right.
a natural part of life. Great conversation I'm having with you, Stonebwoy. Before you out, one more question I need to ask. Album number 5.
Coming through like fire.
When though, fam?
May I tell you now, I'm a nurse birthday, which is March.
March.
Yeah, that's when I'm looking to drop it. So
Okay.
you guys get eager, get ready.
Have you got a title yet?
No, sir, I'm gonna have it yet. And when I get it, I'm gonna let y'all know about it.
Okay.
Trust me, I don't have it. If I did, I'll spill it here right now.
Really?
I don't.
You gonna give us any insights or features? Anyone who might be popping up on there?
Yeah, we'll surely have some features,
Okay.
but I want to keep that for a surprise.
Of course.
so that we
Of
don't
course.
overpromise and under-deliver.
Yes,
It's better
sir.
to just stay low,
I respect that, my G. Absolutely love it. Well, what can I say, Stonebwoy? Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
passing by
much.
the show. I feel we've had a really cool conversation.
Thank you so
We've had
very
a
much.
deeper insight into your mind and you as a person.
Absolutely.
And I hope everyone out there is enjoying it. In the
Absolutely.
meantime, if you went to the show by the time you hear this, I'm sure you enjoyed it. It's all about the Analoga Junction UK tour.
Yeah, and trust you me now, we have Manchester 25th and Birmingham on the 26th.
Yes, sir.
So look out on my bios. The links are there for you to grab your passes.
Okay.
It's one of the cheapest on the continent because I want to get intimate with my people here.
Big turn up.
So you don't know, it's not one of them huge venues yet, but it's the intimacy that matters to me right now. So we start from the ground, and this is my first solo run in the UK, I must admit. I've been here a couple times doing build shows and that, but this is me, and I want to draw out the hardcore Stonebwoy fans who really believe in the music and that, so that we can connect and have a beautiful one. So I'm coming with a band same time to kick it real and proper, you don't know.
Oh.
Raskwami with a reggae recipe.